Today's sponsor of the Vision Quest podcast is 920 Hat Company. Leather patch hats are in, and 920 Hat Company is here to hook you up with your very own custom hat. All patches are lasered on top-grade genuine leather and on popular brand hats like Richardson and FlexFit. Whether you're looking to show off your business or want a one-of-a-kind hat for yourself, 920 Hat Company can do it all. All the hats are handcrafted right in the Fox Valley, but worn across America. With over 500 hats in stock, they guarantee fast turnaround times. Honestly, Liam, looking at these hats, solid, right?
Yeah, they're pretty. I like them.
I like that patch itself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one-of-a-kind stuff. I know his name's Trevor. He does great work. He's actually gotten I think we got a knit hat coming.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we got that coming. So we're really excited to have these guys on board as a sponsor. So get down to check them out on Facebook. I believe they're on Instagram. Check them out, man. They got the best hats, I think, in the Fox Valley, if not in the state.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So get down to 920 Hat Company on social media and check them out. All right, everybody. We are back for another episode. It is not your typical episode, but I've explained to people that not just everyone in sports or just stays in sports has a vision quest. We are joined today. I was intrigued by you guys, number one, just because of the style of music you play, and it draws me in further to that type of music, but I don't want to typecast you guys because honestly, I hear like 4 different bands that I listen to in what you guys play. I am joined by Drew Nix, who is the guitarist and vocalist for a band called, well, I don't even know what you call backup vocalist or anything, but a band called Red Clay Strays, man. Yeah. I am super happy that you joined me because, again, as I was explaining, you and I kind of we ended with was that everything ties, everyone has a vision quest. Everyone does. It all pertains to what you're trying to put into something that you have a vision, and what you want to accomplish or what you want to complete. So I thought it would be kind of cool, just a random reach out. Just for these guys seem like they're, they still seem like they're accessible. You can still reach out to them, Yeah. But you guys are doing really good. So Drew, when I messaged you, you kind of told me that you were in sports. So that's even more convenient for the show that you started out in sports. So, I mean, we're like I said, we start from way back to when you can remember stuff. So,
all right,
let's start off with where you come from. What town are you from and what state?
I'm from Hoover, Alabama.
Okay.
So
where's that at?
It's in Birmingham, probably 15 minutes south.
Okay. All right. I lived in Cairo, Georgia for a year or two. I was training dogs down there. So I'm not familiar. I went through Alabama, but I'm not completely familiar with Alabama. So what was that like? What you can remember as kind of starting off playing around as a kid? Like, what was that like in the summer? Was that super hot down there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty sweltering in Alabama at all times. Yeah, I mean, I started out in sports when I was a kid, but I've been around it since I was a twinkle in my dad's eye.
Okay.
He was just he was a football coach, so he coached high school football from 80 something to like 2002 or 2003. I can't remember.
All right.
He was in it. He was in it for almost 20 years or at 20 years.
Yeah.
So he was gone a lot, but he always he traveled to different schools and coached at different schools. He was an offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So I always was intrigued with football, but I didn't really start football until I was a little bit older.
Like middle school?
I started baseball first as a kid, and I don't know if I liked it or not. I don't feel like I really started paying attention to anything until like I was 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And I started watching like Sports Center a lot.
Yeah.
And my dad, when he started taking notice of that, he was like, "You want to play football?" And I was like, "Sure.
All right.
I guess." Yeah. And then I was a bigger kid, so they put me in the 125-pound weight class or something when I was in 6th grade.
Yep.
Everybody else was I was in 5th grade and everybody else was in 6th grade on my team. And I didn't play at all, but I think I was starting to kind of figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even know what position I played then, but I played, I really didn't play that whole year, but the next year I played with my actual age.
Yeah.
And man, I just absolutely dominated everybody. Like, I played nose guard and I played a little bit of tight end, and I was just bigger than everybody, stronger than everybody, faster than everybody.
Yeah.
And
was your dad your coach?
No, I didn't mention that. So it was like a travel club football team.
Yeah.
We had multiple teams in the league. It was a Hoover youth football organization, and there was like a Hoover orange and a Hoover black and a Hoover blue, and Hoover blue was our rival school, Spain Park.
Yeah.
But man, I played with Jameis Winston. You ever heard of him?
I'm familiar with that name. Yeah. Let us know where that's from, though.
So Jameis won the Heisman Trophy in 2013. He was the quarterback for Florida State.
I know. But a lot of people may not know that, but yeah.
Yeah, me and him and this dude named Daniel Ost were like the hardest hitting dudes on the team, I think.
That's awesome.
In that point. And I'm not trying to be cocky.
Not at all.
Everybody was like,
we enjoy that.
I was just a big dude. Yeah. So
when you say dominate and stuff on the field, like, we enjoy that portion of sports, like just pure domination. I mean, that's what you're out there to do, right? That's what your coach is telling you to do. And then when you do it and it's pretty easy, you're like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I had like maybe 20 sacks that year, or it might have been 16.
Really?
But I was averaging like 2 or 3 sacks a game.
That's awesome.
Nobody could block me. I remember one dude, I ran after him on kickoff in the championship game, and I hit him so hard he cried the next time.
That's awesome.
I was supposed to go against him. Like, it was man, so much fun. I miss that, but as I started growing up, the players started kind of catching up to me. I think I just had a early growth spurt, or whatever.
It happens, man.
7th and 8th grade, like I was still pretty dominant, and
160s, 170s.
Yeah. I started getting caught up with in 9th grade.
Yeah,
and I was still a starter in 9th grade, but I wasn't quite making the same. I wasn't producing the same.
Sure. Yeah.
I was still playing baseball. I ran track at one point.
Yeah.
I guess I was just trying to find my footing in life. And, cause I mean, you're in 9th grade, but you don't know what you're going to do the rest of your life.
No, not at all. We got a kid upstairs trying to figure it out right now.
Yeah. It's a long journey, kid.
Right.
But man, 9th grade, like I said, they started catching up to me, and then 10th grade, everybody's just pretty much like passing me up.
Well, you're from Alabama though too. Like, that's like football is what you guys have for lunch, right? Like, that's kind of, and dinner.
And dude, yeah, and at the time, so I don't know if you've ever heard of Hoover High School, but they had their own TV show in like 2006 and 7 on MTV. It was called Two Days.
Oh, really? They're on that?
Yeah,
no
man.
Kidding.
They were like one of the most dominant high school football programs in the country, and for like a couple of decades. And I didn't play, but like I wasn't on 2 days or anything like that, because that was before my time.
Yeah.
But it was a really big deal to play there, and that coach that was there before ended up leaving because he had like a second family, like a secret second family or something.
That's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, he was like
Dream
changing
life.
players' grades and stuff like that. So by the time I get to 9th grade, we have a new coach, and for varsity, and his name's
you could swear. It's all right. Same shit.
No, it's his name. I thought it was Chad Niblett. It's not Chad Niblett, isn't it? It's dang it. His name's Coach Niblett.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
And his brother was office coordinator.
Okay.
And he came in, and I guess this is where the success parts comes in.
Yeah.
Because even though I really wasn't getting playing time, everything he preached was just about doing the right thing at all times and being the best Christian guy that you can be.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody within the collective team has a role, and everybody, if everybody does their job, no matter what, you're going to be successful.
Yep.
And I guess that's just kind of stuck with me all this time. And dude, my 3 years on varsity, we went to state all 3 years.
Nice.
We lost twice, but we won my sophomore year, which I think I got like, it was either my sophomore or junior year. I got one play. I was on like kickoff return team or something like that, but
whatever. So,
but all 3 years, man, I just grinded until I was just really trying to get a starting spot by my senior year, and it never really happened. But I really went for it, you know.
So it's interesting, you know, so I was good in soccer where we were like around here, like it was football, basketball, soccer. And then there, you know, I think other people were like, no, it's track or tennis, but that's kind of what it was in my area. But I played soccer. My brother played soccer and I was better at that, where we both wrestled. He was better at wrestling. So it was kind of like you're talking about these paths. Like I kind of found a way to allow wrestling to help my soccer because I was no good. I mean, I was in a position where I was weighing more than I could handle as far as the muscle, and just like football. I mean, you grow at a certain spurt, and whether you have the mentality or strength to do it, you start to kind of, am I going to do this? This kind of sucks. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. You know, my grades weren't good either. So I definitely wasn't striving for any scholarships coming up. That's for sure. Cause I liked hanging out at pallet parties and you know, doing the fun stuff where I was dedicated to fun stuff, not dedicated to sports. But man, I'll tell you what, some of these kids, knowing the state that you come from in football and just competition like that, like those kids have to eat and breathe and sleep that stuff in order to be successful. I mean, your coach that you were talking about that hit the nail on the head, that everyone has a job, and it's just anywhere else. Everyone has a job. You perform that job, it makes your day go that much easier because things flow easier. Right. So it's interesting that it took that long to run into that type of coach. I mean, I'm sure every coach has that like meaning behind what they're doing, but for someone to be able to finally put it out there, it's almost like an aha moment just in life in general. Like, oh, all I got to do is just my part. Okay. All right. This makes sense.
Yeah. And do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
That was the thing that, you know, if you are fighting every day and doing your job to the best of your ability, you're giving yourself a chance to be successful. And it's not going to happen every time.
Were you getting, and I talked about my grades, I don't know what yours were like, but were you getting like offers from schools saying, hey, we want you to come, but you got to bring your GPA up or anything like that? Or no?
I had a pretty decent GPA. I mean,
did you?
I think I had like a 3, 4, or 5.
Way smarter than me.
No, not necessarily, dude. I got to college and I don't know if I broke a 2.0 in college, but man, no, I had one football scholarship that was like an athletic scholarship.
Yeah.
To like a NAIA school.
Yep.
In Montgomery. And I didn't like the vibe at all. They told me I was going to get a certain amount of money, and then they changed it last minute because I waited till signing day.
Bait and switch.
Yeah, I wasn't. But there's this place called Mississippi College that I sent film to, and it was all practice film, so I'm sure they were really laughing at it when they got it.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
I had a buddy when I was a sophomore. We had a senior linebacker named Landon Moore.
Okay.
Who really had a big influence on me just as a dude and as a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just hit him up like, hey man, do you like going to this place? Do you like playing ball here? And it's like, dude, yeah, I love it. Having a great time.
Yeah.
And I just eventually kind of followed him.
Okay.
And went and played football there. And it was Division III. So they didn't give out athletic scholarships.
Sure.
So they were giving out what you call a leadership scholarship, which is an academic scholarship for athletes. So
it matters. It matters, man. It's money.
Yeah, that's whatever loopholes work, I guess, man.
That's right. That's right. What school is that at again?
It's called Mississippi College.
Okay.
It's in Clinton, Mississippi. It's a very, very strict Christian school.
Okay.
I feel like as a Christian, more of a Christian now than I was, I would enjoy it now.
Sure.
But I don't think I was ready for it at the time. So
yeah.
I did some really dumb stuff, man. Like,
You're growing up. You're growing up, dude.
I partied like 4 or 5 days a week, dude. Just, hey, where are we drinking tonight?
Cool. All right.
Not proud of it, but hey, whatever.
And we talk about it all the time on here. I mean, you guys are 17, 18, maybe a couple are 19 here and there, but like you're expected to make a 4 or 5 year decision that lines up the rest of your life. Like, what? I don't even know that my kid would take out the trash in time if I tell him to right now.
Yeah, man.
And so it's a lot. There's a lot of weight on that. So when you got there, obviously you said you were kind of drinking and stuff like that, but I mean, were you able to maintain it just kind of like, nope, it's not a test today. I'm not going, man. I'm not going to lecture. I'm not doing any of that. No,
dude, I didn't show up for class, bro. Like, I took guitar class and I failed because I didn't show up.
And look what you're doing now.
Yeah, I know the irony, right?
Right. You're nailing it. Well, okay. So when you got into college, then like, obviously it's a struggle. We see guys that are high level NCAA, wrestlers that struggled, almost didn't finish their college careers, So, I mean, it doesn't matter which direction or which place you go to. It doesn't matter. It's still a struggle in life. So how did you find your way back and kind of slowly got back into things, or how did you wind up dropping out of college? What happened?
Let's see. My path was I was a freshman and sophomore playing football, and that is a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. Like, this whole pay your athletes thing in college, I'm okay with it because they were giving their entire life to it.
Yeah, correct.
But man, my first year, I actually made the travel squad, and I went and I might have been at worst third string, maybe at best second string.
Okay.
Got some special teams play time, and got our butts whooped just about every Saturday. Dude, like, I'm talking, maybe there was like 3 games where we got beat like 74 to like 13 or something. Man. And I'm just like, can I get in now? You have nothing else to lose.
Right. Nothing at all.
Nothing to lose. I mean, I'm sorry, you're going to go up to 80 points now, like, just because you put me in.
Right. So now, not a lot of play time, but you still put the work in, right? I mean, because you kind of knew you had a role to play,
Yeah, for sure. And just coming from a successful program like Hoover and going into that was kind of like and it wasn't like, I don't think it was our coach's fault because he was a great man.
Yeah.
And he expected standards from us that I just think the culture wasn't ready to try to meet there,
Yeah.
Our coaches were all cool. One of them even used to work for Saban, and he's probably doing big things now. But
yeah,
I learned a lot about like the schematics of football there. Yeah. And I really tried my best because what I love about football is that it's like it is a full-on chess match, but flying bodies everywhere, like that's what I love it,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But I guess getting back to what got me out of that was, I guess after my sophomore year, I'd worked so hard that I'd gotten up to like second string, and all these new recruits came in and they were good. And I'd worked up, and all of a sudden it just, I think I ended up on third string before we started the season, and I lost like a starting spot on special teams. I was just like, I don't care anymore. So I started partying even more than I was before.
Yeah.
And I never got into anything hard or nothing. It was just drinking way too much. And
yeah.
One night, me and my buddy, I won't name him, but
right.
We were coming back from a party, and he was throwing up. He had tried the devil's lettuce, and was drinking that night too, so he was throwing up.
Yeah.
And I felt fine. I shouldn't have been driving, but we stopped at a Waffle House 1 mile away from campus.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, let's swap. So I take the wheel, and I don't know. I just didn't have my lights on. It was a well lit street.
Yeah.
I got pulled over, and my heart just like sank. And I was in jail for like 14 hours for DUI. And
okay.
I had to wait for that guy to come bail me out, which was awesome. And he's still one of my best friends today. But it was just a bad night. And he came and got me, and I tried to keep it quiet for like a week.
Yeah.
And nobody, I guess some of my teammates might have heard and stuff like that, maybe a couple days later. But like 3 or 4 guys from the team went and stole some bicycles from Walmart or something.
Oh,
and I just remember going into our team meeting, man, and everybody's just like looking at me like, looking at me with eyebrows up, just like they know. And I'm like, man, how do y'all know this? They were like, the police department came to Coach Jones and said, man, y'all got a problem. This is the 4th player we've arrested this week. And they were like, you arrested the 3 guys. Who's the 4th one?
Oh,
it was me.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So he called me into my head coach Coach Joseph was his name. He called me into his office and was like, son, you're really not getting a whole lot of playing time as it is right now. Nothing's really going to change.
Man,
you're just definitely not going to play now. So if you wouldn't have kept it from me and maybe worked it all out, it'd been fine. But so then I started taking it a little bit further and still drank more and more and more.
Yeah.
And there was a point where I just was like, man, I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
This isn't fun anymore.
Right.
And I think I finished out the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked out a lot, and I was trying to get in good shape, and I just didn't. But it wasn't to be in football. It was just try to lose weight and date girls and stuff and
look good.
Look good.
Yeah.
And I just didn't show up for spring training. Like I just didn't even tell them anything. I didn't say I wasn't coming back. I just didn't show up. And I knew by the next semester I wanted to leave, and I thought about wanting to coach.
Oh, okay.
Because my career wasn't going anywhere. At this point, I was just playing football for fun.
Yeah.
And at a private Christian college, and it was costing me a lot of money. So
I can only imagine.
I decided I wanted to apply to Auburn, and I didn't get in.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what do I do now? Because my GPA is so bad that I can't even get into Auburn. And I think about South Alabama, and one of their the defense coordinator on the football team at South Alabama the previous year was one of my coaches at Hoover.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe I have a chance in coaching.
Yeah.
So I show up, or I call South, and I'm like, hey, what do I need to do to be like a graduate assistant or something, or like a coach's assistant or something, so that I can work my way in?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you should, we don't have any of those spots available right now, but if you join the equipment staff,
I can work you up.
Maybe you can work your way up, dude.
I don't want to check in shoulder pads.
Man.
That stuff.
No, it's so much worse than that, dude. It's so much worse. And I'll get to that. But after I did a whole semester of getting up at 4 a.m., driving over to Mobile, because I live in Biloxi with my dad, so it's like an hour drive every day and back. Okay. So I wanted it. I was like, I don't see any avenue in football anymore. So I need to, I really want to be a great coach. I don't know how far I want to take it, but I really feel like I could be good at it.
Yeah.
I've always felt like I wanted to be great at something.
Mm-hmm.
And I grinded my butt off, and I went there every day, showed up on time. And my job was to like wash jock straps, set up drills, put all the clothes back, take a bunch of crap from coaches from not setting drills up right.
Damn, Drew.
Every day. Yeah. Yeah. I have one that I still hate now, and I won't say his name.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh,
just not a good dude.
Not at all.
But I did a year of that, and they were like, "Oh, let me give you a scholarship." And I would try to have meetings with their head coach, and he'd be like, "Yeah, we'll consider you for the student assistant work or whatever."
Yeah.
Never happens. But by the end of the first year, I met these dudes, and student named Turner, who I was working with at the football team.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to this guy named Brandon, who is our lead singer.
Yep.
And then Turner knew a guy that played bass and loved playing bass, and his name's Andy. And that's how I met Andy.
Okay.
And so started this first band, and we got so busy with that first band, I think maybe a year and a half later is when we had broken up that first band, but we started the second band, and we got so busy where I just quit going to school.
What was that first band's name?
It was called the Coleman Mason Band.
Nice. That's actually not a bad name. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it was Brandon Coleman and Turner Mason.
Yeah. It's pretty cool name.
Yeah.
I can handle that. It's marketable. It's marketable. Let's put it that way. So you start your transition into what we'll call music land for now. But when you're you're going through that grind of, getting kicked around and told to go wash jocks and stuff like that, which I think is just absolutely fucking horrible. But when you're going through that process, were you playing music in the interim here? When did playing a guitar start?
I would say when Turner was like, "Hey, I got this dude that I think has a really great voice.
Yeah.
And we're going to start a band. Do you want to book and manage us?"
Oh.
And I was kind of hesitant, but I was just like, sure.
Yeah.
But then I went over, they had like a little jam session at Turner's house.
Okay.
And I heard Brandon sing for the first time.
Yep.
And I was like, good God Almighty. Okay. I'm going to do everything I can for this guy.
Yeah.
So I would sit in the equipment office and I would put Post-it notes, just maybe 30 or 40 Post-it notes up in the section where there's like just already notes and stuff, like just numbers, emails of every venue that was around Mobile.
Yeah.
Like Florida, where we're at, and Mississippi, Gulf Coast, just like right there. And I would call and call and call and call until just somebody said yes.
Yeah.
And, I guess maybe 6 months into that, I figured somehow I got my heart broke or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my girlfriend broke up with me, and I just started writing songs.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was just like a blues song that was really bad. But
hindsight's 2020, right?
They were like, yeah, that's good, man. I was like, maybe this is it for me. Maybe I've got something here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No, I just started picking up guitar then, which I guess makes it about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've been just learning ever since. But
so
that was why, because I wanted to write songs.
Well, so you started kind of hanging out with these guys that are part of the band. As far in sports is where it all came together, because you guys were in an equipment room kind of hanging out, right? So as you guys started to develop, because you said you started the one band and went into another band, what was the reason for transitioning to that other band? Was it just because one guy didn't have the time to do something, so it was just two of you left or three of you left, and It didn't feel right, not with that one guy, so we're going to start something different. How did that all transition?
I'll start with this. We had to start that first band. We had a 64-year-old drummer.
Nice.
And me and him ended up not getting along at all. And I hate that because it might have been my fault. Might have not been.
Sure.
Ray, if you hear this, I do apologize.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
we'll see. If I get a phone call, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Ray Childers. Man, so me and him just got into it. And at the end, he was like, don't worry about me. I'm done. And so we needed a drummer. And gosh, we were maybe 6 months away from breaking up. But because things were just not going well. There was one dude in there, and I won't say who it was, that was just consistently talking crap about everybody else.
Wow.
And yeah, man, just like talking crap about other people to the other, like, just like, hey, this dude, I don't like his tone. I don't like his tone at all. Don't like it.
Wow.
And then he would talk to somebody else like, hey, this dude's an idiot. And like,
wow, just
like,
didn't stop.
Just not cool.
That's cancer.
Like, lies, cancerous.
Yes. Yes.
So, anyway, going back to, we were putting feelers out for a drummer, and we had tried a couple people out, and they were okay. But John walks in, and him and Andy hit the first note together, and I swear to God, I was just like, all right, this is our guy. It has to be our guy, dude. Like, it was just like, boom, together.
Nice.
It was like, and ever since then, it's just like they are locked, man. That's one of my favorite things about our band is that how John can hit like a random drum kick or something.
Yeah.
And they have this, Andy's just like, bump, you can't fool me, bump. Or John will go pop up and he'll be right there with him. Dude, it's the most weird synchronicity I've ever seen.
So you guys gel well, man. I mean, like, listening to you guys play, it sounds like you guys have been playing for like years. Like, I'm talking decades, you know, because like I said, there's a sound that I like when it comes to the older style of country that you guys have kept up with. So listening to these stories about how these guys are just clicking, I mean, you can tell when you guys are playing all the time. You can always tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely rusty when we haven't been playing for a while. Not lately. It's been nice, but I guess that transition started happening so John's been playing a band since he was 10 years old. Damn. Like Encores, his dad's like a Mobile legend. He played guitar for, oh wow, when a man loves a woman.
Yeah, that. Know? Yep.
That guy. I feel like an idiot for not saying his name right now.
I won't get it either.
Oh no. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
But he would play guitar for him, and so John's just growing up in bands, and John had all these ideas of things that we should change, and we had 2 guitar players in our band.
Yeah.
And they were like, he can shove his experience up his ass.
Yeah.
And me being like, I want to be better. Like, I always want to be better. I want to be the best that I can be.
Yeah.
And Brandon, same way. And Andy was the same way. And the 3 of us were already kind of not getting along with the other 2. And John was like, man, let's just give it like 1 more year.
Sure.
And we're like, dude, we don't have 1 more year left to give them. We have to cut it now.
Yep.
And I felt bad too, because Turner was like my first best friend at South Alabama. And,
okay. Yeah. That's right.
It just,
people change, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
people change.
You go through and just listen to like talking to high school kids, to college kids, to, you know, coaches. I mean, you all like, even now I'm 45, like I'll be different in 5 years. I'll have a different opinion of something, but that's us as human beings, you know, like whether it's good or bad to us, people are going to change in a direction that you just aren't aware of, you know, until now, you know, sitting back and talking about it. Like, you know, I was like this, but he was like this. So we got along. We all changed and evolved in a different way. And it hurts when you're doing business or like they're trying to do something that's like a business, because a band, I mean, you're having fun, but you still got to be able to be successful enough to want to keep going.
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't enjoying it together, it's hard to enjoy it. It's always that separation part. So, but yeah, man, that direction seems like it wasn't necessarily cause you can hear you saying, sorry if this happened. It didn't seem like it was meant to be, but the way that it happened wasn't the way it was supposed to happen. It just kind of went just a weird way, which shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And what I, and I still wasn't even a part of the band yet. I was just still managing and booking. So
yeah.
I guess we're sitting in Brandon's living room in his house on Coleman Hill, and he's like, well, what do we do now? And we were like, I don't know. We got to come up with a new name or something and start this new band. And we were like, okay, well, we need a guitar player. And I was like, yeah, I wonder who we could get. So John's brother, who passed away a few years ago, his name is Jacob. He recommended Zach, and we had tried a couple of guitar players out, and they were okay.
Yeah.
And but Zach came in, and it was that same synchronicity. He was just hitting it with Andy and John together, just grooving. And it was like, yeah, this is the guy, man.
Right.
And we were all just in there, It was at Andy's parents' house where he tried out at.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first iteration of the Strays. And I got us booking shows and moving as hard as we could, because the goal is to try to get in front of as many people as you can when you got something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were playing for, gosh, $400 for 4 hours, which is not even. It's a little different now.
Right. I hope
but
so.
We did it for a while.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we did it for a while.
That's the grind we always hear about. Us as regular Joe Blows that don't know about that. That's the grind we hear about. Like you guys, you pay your dues. You go out and play, dirty bar halls and stuff. But those, a lot of times you hear that those are some of the most memorable, the most fun nights that you guys try to lay down, any type of good music, or when you guys are out just trying to do your best. Those are usually the nights that you guys will remember the most. It's just that gritty, weird kind of environment. But that's what we like. So my grandpa ran a bar, and he had little bands come out and stuff like that too. And I love listening to bands live. I can't, obviously I can't. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't have you guys play in my backyard every day, and I can't invite Leonard Skinner and all those guys to come over and play in my backyard. So I still have to listen to, Spotify or whatever I have. But if I can catch people live, especially bands that I like, hands down, I'm going to go see it live every time. But I haven't been opening my mind to new music as far as, like I would say from my 20s on, I kind of stayed pretty closed-minded. I didn't listen to stuff. How does that work with like you guys, when you guys are sitting around jamming and trying to write music? Because again, we talked about how everybody's different. Well, how do you guys put music together when you guys are, you first meet and you're sitting down, you finally got this guitar guy? How do you guys gel together and try to like either write a song together, or do you guys keep that? No, he's good at it, we'll let him do that part, and then I'll do this part, this portion of it. Or do you guys kind of band together with songs, I guess?
Man, how it really started was that I'd gotten a lot better as a writer by then.
Okay.
So I was trying to write all the time, trying to get better at it and read more, which I didn't read that much anyway, but just learn up on literature, what certain things work. And like, I don't know, I would just come up with a chord structure. So that would, like A, C, D or something.
Yeah.
Write words to it. And I would present it and play it for the band. Now I couldn't play and sing at the same time. So I would have to like get somebody else to play. I would show the chords to somebody else and play.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it's coordination, man. It's not easy.
I couldn't do it. And I would show it to like Brandon and have him play it or sing it, and just how the words work. And that was just me shipping my songs off to the band, because that was what I could contribute at the time.
Right.
And how coming together and making a song work is you hear the groove, you hear okay, well, I have space right here. I can make like a counter melodic thing that would be tasteful.
Yeah.
It's just like adding an extra voice in there, but it's your instrument, It's,
right on.
So like this beat would work on this song because you have this meter.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly.
So like,
I got you.
So it's like,
yeah. Yep. All the way through. Yep.
Yeah. Or you hear like a part that breaks up. Hit a cymbal there.
Yep.
It just I don't know. We just hear it in our heads. We're like music schizophrenics. It just comes to us, and it is one of the blessings I thank God for the most every day, for real.
Every
night.
It's a unique sound. Like I told you that I could hear like 4 different so in his voice alone, I can hear God, of course. Now I'm thinking again, the whole thinking of names thing. Holy shit.
Stapleton?
No. It's not even country.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now I'm gonna have to pause on that because that's
you said Pearl Jam, so I'm thinking Vetter.
No, because Vetter's Vetter's not that high pitched. Yeah, it's
no, he's not.
Oh God, I feel like such a moron because I had this for so long in my head.
Cornell.
I told my wife about it. Now I gotta. No. I'll text it to you. But there's then like listening to a portion like of your guitar, I hear a Waylon Jennings song. So I can.
Sure.
I hear all these different pieces within your band. So that's kind of what's weird about me when I listen to music. I can divide out, like I can pull the drums out and kind of listen to just the drums. And then I can also listen to the bass, and you guys probably get used to that, when you're listening to music, because you're trying to piece things together. Sometimes if new song you guys are trying out or something that someone, do you guys play cover songs? You gotta, right? Have some fun with it, right?
Dude, we used to do 4 to 5 hours worth of covers.
Nice.
We can. We don't do them true at all too. We have made our own versions of those songs.
Perfect.
Pretty much.
Then that's the best part.
Yeah.
So like you guys are listening to songs, you got to be able to pull little things out. So like when I started listening to you guys, which was, I don't know, maybe a month ago before I messaged you, it was like a couple weeks. And I was like, man, these guys are like, this is unique again, where it's not the same pop country that's on the radio. So I just started listening over and over, and I started pulling tunes out and listening to, different portions that you play versus what Brandon's singing, things like that. And it's so different to me as far as what's out there right now. And I like that kind of stuff when it's different, like when you listen to Sturgill Simpson, who out in country music singing about MDMA, right? I mean, nobody talking about trippy stuff, but either way, he makes sense when he's singing and it's good music. It's fun.
Yeah.
So when you guys are playing at a venue and you guys have gotten to like your first venue, like what were some of the things you guys went through as a young band? Like, were you guys setting your own stuff up? Did you say, no, we got to have someone along to be able to set everything up? Like, how did that go? Is just like, let's go out, we got to do this. You don't have time for that stuff.
Oh, we're definitely setting our own stuff up still.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to be a local band, you have to have your own sound system.
Okay.
Because 50% of the time, they might have their own sound system.
Yeah.
Which is dope. And some idiot like me running sound just to get everything right before the show so that I can go up on stage and
not worry about it.
Maybe it sounds good. You got to pray it sounds good. But I already forgot the question.
How did you guys do? You guys are obviously setting some stuff up, as far as your gear.
Yeah.
But like, how nuts was it when you guys really first started out at like your first venues? Were you guys constantly like, oh crap, we don't have this. We forgot this to plug in or whatever. Cause I'm doing a podcast. There's a lot of shit for this. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And then now to imagine all you guys hooking your stuff up. Like what were some of the headaches you went through as like a young band? Like what are some funny stories?
Oh man. Oh, that's so long ago now. I can't really remember. I just know that, dude, every single load in and was a workout. Like, okay, so like the speakers are daggum the size of a drawer or something. Yeah. And like you got to pick those up and put them on big old stands. And you got to watch for feedback issues. And man, if I had any good sound check stories, I'd tell you, but I can't really think of any from back then. I just know that that was the true grind. And we play 4 or 5 days a week. And we would just try to,
did anybody ever forget an instrument you had to go without? Anything like that?
You can't go without an instrument.
No, you guys didn't improvise like that.
No, man. Oh, Andy has definitely forgotten his bass before.
Nice.
That is the most forgetful son of a gun I know. I don't know when and where, but he has forgotten his bass more than one occasion.
So I have a question about some of the different venues you guys have played. So like I've only seen, I only watched like Devils in My Brain at I can't remember what county fair it was. It wasn't even a county fair. I got to go back here in a couple. It might even play if I go back to, there it is. No, you guys are at Laurel Cove Music Festival.
Oh,
that's the only that's the only version I'll listen to. Like to me, that one, like it sounds just like it's being played like right in a bar. Like you guys are right in the corner of a bar, but you're out in a big field, and that's what I love about some of the music that comes out sometimes. So some of these venues that you guys have played, what are some of the, like, what was your favorite so far that you guys have played since this all really started coming together?
Favorite venue?
Yeah.
Gosh, I'll give you a local favorite.
Yeah.
We have one called Callahan's in Mobile that is like a staple for, I guess you would call us within the Americana vein of music.
Yeah.
It's a staple for us people. The guy that runs it, his name's JT. He's one of the best people I know. Don't tell him I said that. He's just a good human being. He takes care of his bands. He goes above and beyond. Me and my wife are hopefully playing there next week.
So together. That's right. Yeah. You guys play together as well. So you are not by any means like hanging out and just, whatever, we're going to hang out for 3 weeks and do nothing. You do also perform with your wife as well.
I haven't had 3 weeks to hang out here in over a year.
That's why I appreciate this time. That's why I totally appreciate this time. Because I know how crammed it gets for you guys, because it's not easy, but you found a way.
Yeah, we played.
Yeah. You found a way to be able to play with your, has she always been doing music like all her life, or did she jump into it later like you did?
I'd say she's been doing it for 10 or 11 years.
Nice.
So she's been playing around. She started, I think her first gig was at like on the Causeway somewhere. I can't remember the name of it.
Was that by herself?
But yeah.
Nice.
So she's been doing her thing for a long time. She makes great music.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Very soothing. Good tunes, great writing.
Nice. She writes her own songs?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You should go listen to it, man.
Hell yeah.
It's good stuff. It's not, every song on that record is almost a different genre. So it's a pretty cool,
and that's again,
pretty neat thing.
You're listening to the list of things that are people that I listen to. I mean, it goes from Tupac to I listen to some Garth Brooks to there's a whole list of music that I listen to. It's you'd be surprised at what's blaring out of my car when I pull up. But so as you guys now, like where you're at, how long do you guys plan on going? Do you guys plan to do this forever? Because I hope so.
Yeah, I want to be like the Rolling Stones, man.
Okay.
I want to go till I'm dead.
Till you're dead. Okay.
Till I'm dead.
What is that? What does that path look like? Do you guys want to play? Are you looking to get big? Because now you listen to Oliver Anthony, right? Like, doesn't want the $8 million deal. Doesn't want to deal with that garbage. Wants to play music. Is that kind of where you guys are at too?
I don't yeah, I don't care about. I care about money, but I can come by money on my own if I'm successful in music.
Yeah.
I don't want a deal. Like those dudes are just trying to pull your strings and tell you what to do. They're waving all that money in your face just so that they can basically own you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So all it is a loan. And now they're sweetening the deals when they're seeing artists like Oliver Anthony out there just absolutely crushing it, but they still own you.
Yeah.
And they own your music, they own your songs.
Yeah.
And I'm just not at a point like we did a record deal.
Yeah.
And it was a small label deal, but it was a typical 360. I don't know if it was even 360 deal, but they ended up owning our crap.
Ooh.
And we knew what we were getting into. So but you figure if they're owning all your stuff, that they would want to push it harder and they would want you to go back into the studio.
Yeah. And make more.
Care.
Yeah.
And granted, it was COVID, but I don't know. They want you to make a record, but they're not going to put a record out.
Right.
They're very picky about the songs, and we like what we make.
Yeah.
So
yep.
We got off that label and made our own. So I don't care about money. I just want to make my art and reach as many people as I can.
Well, and you guys have the advantage of the Spotify thing and the YouTube thing where you guys can do, I mean, obviously money doesn't start pouring in, you know what I'm saying? But you get the attention you're looking for as people who want to listen to your music. You know, that's
for sure.
That's really, I mean, obviously, like you said, money matters. You got to pay bills, right? I mean, you still got a home you got to pay for, family you got to support, things like that. But at the same point though, too, like you said, these guys, they take your songs, they own them. Then you can, and then the ones that you want to put out, they don't even want to put the ones you want to put out because it doesn't sound good to them, you know, because they know the market so well. You catch those guys out, you know, and I'll be honest with you. I wish I could have produced some music because I seem to pick when albums come out, and I'm not bragging, I'm not patting my back here, but I seem to be able to pick and be like, that one's going to be on the radio right there. That one's going to be on the radio, I bet. Cause I'm listening. I'm like, oh man, this one hits, you know, but not every single time. And you're like, why isn't that one song out? Why aren't they putting that out? Then you don't get, yes, exactly. The money, you know? So it's just like, oh God, these guys act like they know what they're listening to, but they really don't, you know? Yeah. So I love it. I love what you guys are doing, man. And we've been going for almost an hour here. So like I told you, it's usually about an hour and a half, some guys 3 hours. And some of those guys, man, they have just talked storytellers. And that's why we're here. We're here to tell stories and kind of hang out and show the venture that you guys have and the vision that you guys have and what you want to do. So you guys love playing music. And that's the part that I love, because the moment I heard you guys kind of put out there, we're not going to release this, you guys come and watch it live, I was like, yup, I like that right there. That's my kind of shit. So that kind of drew me in more, and I started watching more of what you guys were doing and watching that live AF. I know what that is, but either way, that was some good shit. You know, that was good stuff. Yeah, exactly. But see, that's the thing.
They do a fantastic job, man.
Yeah.
They're very good.
So I'd like to do a live AF in my backyard, which I think would be a really great idea. Because
that would be a great idea.
So we got some things that we're going to be doing in the backyard. I'll tell you about that. Maybe you guys will hop on over and we can do a little jam together sometime. Because like I said, I kind of got into music a little bit, but when you guys aren't busy. Right. So I'm going to cut this off a little bit here, man. I'm going to start my little music gig here so we can get you going, because you got to leave for a flight in the morning. Where are you headed to?
Maryland.
That's right. Yeah, Maryland. Where?
I don't know where.
Where in Maryland? You don't know where.
Let me see.
That's crazy. I don't know where I'm going.
We're flying into Baltimore.
Okay. Careful.
We're playing at the Great Frederick Fair.
Nice.
In Maryland.
Nice.
Which is Frederick County, Maryland, somewhere.
Well, I hope someone that's in charge of your Instagram or YouTube or whatever puts something out, because I definitely want to see it. Can you tell me, do you guys, here's an interesting question. Do you guys have the same set list every night?
Mm-hmm. If we're on like a string of shows and we're tired and just don't feel like messing with it because we think it's a good thing for them, We'll keep one for like a string of shows.
Okay.
And
sure.
if we get tired of it, we'll swap some stuff around.
Okay.
So no, but kinda. You know what I mean?
And sometimes with some bands it matters, but with you guys it seems like it wouldn't, because you guys throw so much different flavor into things whenever you play. It's always fun to watch every single time. So with that being said, man, Drew Nix of the Red Clay Strays, dude, I really appreciate you being on here with me, man.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. I'm going to talk to you for just a second, just like I do with everybody. But I'm going to let everybody else know we are out. All of our episodes are brought to you by Appleton Tattoo, located at 117 South Appleton Street in Appleton, Wisconsin, right off the main drag on College Avenue. You can't miss them. I've had some work done. I have a Celtic cross that covers my back that was done by Jason. We're not done yet. Jason Winans and crew, the artists that he have there, those guys are the best in the Fox Valley. They are definitely one to go to if it's something that you've just been kind of throwing around. They'll make you feel comfortable. It's a very clean environment, very nice crew, and very willing to get done whatever you need done when you need it done. You can message them on Facebook. I know they're on Facebook. You can give them a call at 920-604-8289 and get in touch with Jason Winans and crew at Appleton Tattoo, located again in Appleton, Wisconsin at 117 South Appleton Street, right in Appleton. Very flexible hours, great crew, clean environment again. I would not send you anywhere else except for these guys. Appleton Tattoo.